I'm Jake Graham. I'm in 12th grade. I'm a senior, and I play cornerback. I'm Jake Graham. I play cornerback and outside linebacker. And my fun fact is I'm the heaviest linebacker in Avon history.
What does it mean to you to be an Avon Eagle?
I'd say it means just be disciplined, wake up with your friends every day, putting in the hard work, staying dedicated, and really focusing and being able to risk a lot for the reward, which would be a state championship.
Go back to day one when you joined this program to today. How much has everything you've experienced and gone through changed you as a person?
It's changed me into like a hard-working person. It's definitely taught me how to be tough mentally, like waking up for the 5 a.m. lifts, getting yelled at by coaches, that builds some edge in you. And yeah, I'd say just put some discipline in you, changes how you are.
Think of all the things you guys go through with the 2-a-days and the dirty dozens and the 5 a.m. lifts. How would you describe that to an outsider?
To outside people, it may seem crazy, but we're used to it at this point, and it's really nothing special to us. But at the beginning, it definitely takes some getting used to, and it definitely takes hard work and determination. And if you're not ready for it, then it's gonna smack you in the face. So I say you just gotta push through it. That's all you can do.
Your defense kind of jumped to another level last year. What do you think was the reason for that? And now here you guys are even better.
Well, I say first of all, just not being scared to hit. Sometimes people may have a victim mentality, but really I feel like that changed last year when we brought in the tap out in the NWO this year. It's really Jaketti getting us hyped up to play some defense, bring some swag back to it, and really we're just happy to play, we're just happy to hit people. It's all about your mentality, really.
What's it like on a Friday night to put on that uniform, come out of this great locker room, touch the rock, go through the kids, come out of the tunnel in this electric atmosphere?
I mean, it's surreal. We're used to it by now, but I'm sure if we went to some other high school, we'd know that this is crazy. Always when you were a kid, you were like, it was crazy, like looking up to these people, and now that you're up here, you really feel like you don't realize how much of an impact you probably have on those kids. So I'd say it's really cool that you actually think that you have people that are looking up to you, and you feel a pretty high power, I'd say.
You play with some really dynamic players on both sides of the ball. Like sometimes when you're up on the sideline on defense and the offense is clicking, you ever just sit back as a fan in awe?
Yeah, definitely. When people make plays, it gets you hyped up. Like our playmakers on this team, when I'm watching the offense, I rarely ever get to watch them, but when I see like Matt make a play, Nolan make a play, Kevin make a play, it puts me in awe because I'm like, got some playmakers on this team. And you got some hard-hitting defense players, Ogar, Nick Colburn, some hard-hitting linebackers. They really show you that there's about it.
What are your team goals for this year?
Win a state championship 100%. I say it's about time we brought something back. We always are the underdog every single year. We get ranked something that we shouldn't be. And, I'm just sick of it. We should be ranked top 4 in the state every single year, but they always put us up 6, 7, 8. So I really want to get our ranking up so people stop underestimating us.
What's it going to take?
It's going to take a state championship, obviously, but to get that, it's going to take a lot of hard work, focus, staying in practice throughout the season. Once it gets colder, it's harder to pay attention and stuff, but you really just gotta stay in practice, watch your film, do all the stuff you need to, keep that weight up, which is hard for me. But yeah, that's just what it takes. You gotta stay determined even when you don't want to.
What would that feel like if you guys won your last game?
That would feel crazy. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say it would be a crazy party. A whole city of Avon, first state championship, everyone invited. Yeah, it would just be a surreal moment because it's once in a lifetime. We've never had a state championship. It would definitely feel really nice to finally bring one back to Avon. And yeah, it would just be such a nice feeling because it's all the hard work these players and coaches put in. It would finally feel like we put it to rest that, we're not a state championship winning team.
Jake Graham, I love his smile. It's infectious, contagious. Played a lot of football for us a year ago as a corner, and this year he's also one of our rotational corners and also comes in as our star in some of our packages. He's a good tackler for a guy who's not very big, but he's a heck of a football player. He's a positive energy guy too. You always enjoy being around him, and he's a very coachable guy who's willing to do whatever it takes for the team.
He's made some big plays too, whether it be pass breakups, interceptions, locking down a receiver. He kind of takes almost half the field away for you, doesn't he?
He does. He's like the silent assassin, man. He's just always just flies under the radar, and then when time comes, he makes big plays. I couldn't be more proud of him. He's the kind of guy that Avon football just makes a living off of. It's why we're good year in and year out. It's guys like him who are very coachable, who then develop earned confidence because of the time and work they put in the off season, and then they go out and they perform at a high level. Jake's done that, and he's been a 2-year starter on some very good football teams.
Me and Jake have been friends for since 4th grade, and he's one of the nicest people ever. I feel like I talk to him about anything too, and I think I just have one of the best times with him. When I'm hanging out with him, it's super fun.
Jake's quiet too, but Jake does his job. He knows his assignment. That's one of our big 4 things: hit, hustle, know your assignment, care about your teammates. He's definitely know your assignment.
Jake, yeah. So many people have called us a package. If you know what that means, we do a lot of things together. I like when he makes big plays. I think it's funny. We have a lot of inside jokes. We have classes together. I mean, people always see us together, and I think that it's just fun to play with him. We've been playing since 3rd grade together. We used to carpool to practice in 3rd grade, all the way through until we got our license. And I think because we were neighbors, I've known him since 2nd grade. He was my first friend when I moved here. We do everything together.
Same with him. Jake Graham, you look at him, you start laughing. He just has a smirk on his face all the time. So he's just about to laugh. I don't know, he just makes me laugh. But on the field, he's a dog. He can tackle. First, I know he doesn't weigh that much, but he can tackle.
Funny, he's really caring. He'll stop to have a conversation with you. He gets to know people, and he's also a presence on the field that you take for granted. He's the guy who you come in, or he subs you out. He knows multiple defensive positions and can play offense.
Jake, he's always smiling, has a good attitude all the time, but mostly that kid smiles I've never seen him just be mad or frown. He's always smiling and always outgoing.
If Hollywood made a movie about Jake Graham, who would star as Jake Graham?
At first, I was gonna say Tom Cruise because I know a lot of people think Tom Cruise is good looking, but honestly, I'd say Will Ferrell. He's just a comedian. He's a funny dude. He's not too serious either. He's always cracking jokes, and we both got the curly hair, so I'd say that's who I would star.
If you were a pizza, what toppings would be on you that best describe you?
I'd say I'm just a pepperoni pizza. I'm just a simple dude. Like I said, I just try to be kind to everyone and just fit in the stigma, be a hard worker. So I'd say just simple pepperoni.
The OG?
Yeah.
If you were a superhero, who would you be?
I've never really been to superheroes, but my favorite one was always Iron Man. I don't know what it was about it. I just always loved Iron Man. So I'm going to just stick with Iron Man because I always thought he was one of the coolest ones. And he's definitely underrated. He doesn't get as much attention as he should.
Recently, the Powerball was at $1 billion for the jackpot. If you had that winning ticket, what would you do with it?
Oh, first of all, you got to set the family up for the future. Set your friends up for the future. Nobody I know is going to be working the rest of their life. That's the first thing. I like houses and cars, so that'd definitely be on the purchase list after I set everyone up. Say a nice beachfront house, and then definitely some sports cars in there.
Where's the beachfront?
Realistically, I say I want to live in the South, but it gets really hot down there. I'd say I'd buy one in Florida that couldn't get hit by a hurricane or something, because they won't be selling house insurance anymore down there.
What kind of cars?
Right now, my dream car is a blue Corvette, a newer one, from 2020 on. I like Lamborghini Uruses, BMW X6. That's the mini SUV one. I want a Bronco when I'm older. I think the Broncos are good looking cars. So yeah.
What would you buy your favorite videographer?
Who are you?
Oh, you have another one?
No, I'm playing. I would buy you anything you want as long as it's under $5. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing. If you say, if you're with me throughout my life, and I knew you after high school, I'd say I'll buy you a house.
Wow.
Anything under $1 million, I would buy you. If I won $1 billion, you got a lot of extra money. So I'd put on a lot of people who I knew throughout my life that weren't really fake,
I appreciate that, Jake. You just made my Christmas card list.
I made your Christmas card list. Hey, let's go.
Jake Graham. How do you want to be remembered?
Well, I want to be remembered as just the kind kid from high school. I always try to help people out. I don't ever fall into the stigma that you have to be hard or anything. I just try to be a nice dude, help people out in the hallways or on the football field. Be someone that you can always come to and just be the funny friend. I say I'm a little bit of a class clown, not as much as some other people, but I try to be sarcastic a lot of times. So many people may not know I'm being sarcastic half the time. Yeah, I mean, I can't really be serious, honestly. Like, everything I do, I'm just like, I'm always cracking jokes or something, whether people notice it or not. When I'm talking to you, it's just, most of the time it's just jokes because I just like laughing. I'm always laughing.